Magic: The Gathering has thousands of creature types, from angels and dragons to some you've probably never even heard of. But not every tribe stood the test of time. Some once had their moment in the spotlight, only to fade away into bulk boxes and casual kitchen tables. Today, we're looking at the top 10 forgotten creature types nobody plays anymore. And warning, this list might make you dig through your old binders. Hi, I'm the Hero, and I make MTG content. If you love Magic rankings, forgotten lore, and weird history lessons about this game we all can't quit, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel a ton. Alright, let's dust off the history books and talk about some creature types that time forgot. 10. Cephalids. Remember these squid-headed wizards from Odyssey block? They were supposed to be a major blue tribe with cards like Cephalid, Illusionist, fueling weird mill combos. But outside of one combo deck in the early 2000s, Cephalids completely disappeared. Wizards never really went back to them. And today, they're basically forgotten underwater Cthulhu wannabes. 9. Kavu. Back in Invasion block, Kavu were everywhere. Big lizard beast creatures that represented Dominaria's wild side. Cards like Kavu Titan were even playable at the time. But after that, silence. Kavu haven't returned in any meaningful way, leaving them as a relic of Invasion-era magic. 8. Atogs. Once one of the most iconic weird tribes, Atogs were little creatures that ate your stuff for bonuses. In my old formats, Atog plus Fling was actually a win con. They even got their own legendary in Atog, but Wizards eventually moved away from them, and now Atogs are mostly remembered as meme fodder. 7. Homarids. Ah yes, the crab people from fallen empires. Homarids had a whole mechanic where their stats changed based on tide counters, one of the strangest, clunkiest designs ever. They were so bad that they became a running joke in the community. Nobody builds Homarid tribal unless it's for the meme. 6. Mongers. If you weren't around for Prophecy, you probably don't even know Mongers exist. They were creatures with repeatable activated abilities, but anyone could use them. Examples like Squallmonger and Warmonger let both players spam effects, which was more annoying than fun. Wizards never touched the tribe again, and they remain one of the strangest footnotes in Magic's history. 5. Lycids. Lycids are the weirdest creature type ever printed. They were creatures that could turn into auras, and then turn back into creatures. Rules, headaches aside, they were clunky, confusing, and saw little play. Wizards retired the mechanic, and Lycids went extinct overnight. 4. Thralls. Thralls were an early attempt at a black tribal, appearing heavily in Fallen Empires and later in Ice Age. They were supposed to be sacrificial fodder for bigger effects. Outside of nostalgia and a few random reprints like Endrixar, Thralls have been abandoned, making them one of the earliest tribes Magic forgot. 3. Spikes. Not the player archetype, the actual green ooze-like creatures from Tempest block. Spikes entered with +1/, +1 counters you could move around. At the time, they were interesting and played in some competitive decks, but once Wizards shifted how they designed counters, Spikes disappeared. Today, they're a quirky memory. 2nd, assembly workers. Mishra's factory made them famous back in antiquities. But outside of that, and a few nods in Time Spiral, assembly workers basically don't exist as a playable tribe. Wizards has occasionally referenced them, but nobody is sleeving up assembly worker tribal. They're more a flavor relic than an actual deck. 1. Brushwaggs. At number 1, the mighty Brushwagg. First seen in Mirage, Brushwagg was, well, a bizarre 3/2 that got smaller when blocked. It was terrible, it was a joke, and yet Wizards keeps tossing Brushwagg references as Easter eggs. They're the poster child of forgotten MTG creature types. And that's our list of the top 10 forgotten creature types nobody plays anymore. Some of these had their time in the sun, others were just design experiments gone wrong. What about you? Do you have a favorite forgotten tribe? Maybe you've still got a binder full of spikes or thralls you swear will come back one day. Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more Magic rankings and lore deep dives. Also, check out my last video on the top 10 worst MTG sets in history. Trust me, you'll want to see where Homelands landed on that list. I am the Hero. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.